Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
Both of us here on the Humans in 5 team are instructors, and it's the time of year in every course when the pressure starts to build as students cultivate some worries about how their various assignments and assessments are going to go.
On top of test and exam season for students in schools and universities, we're also facing some of the largest existential challenges our society has faced. We're worried about COVID-19, we're worried about social injustices, we're worried about the climate, and we're worried about our place in all of these shifting activities.
All of these events can cause different forms of stress. We often tend to think of stress as something unfortunate and unpleasant, but in biological terms, it refers to a specific series of actions that can occur on different timelines. In general, we can divide stresses into acute stresses and chronic stresses.
In general, stress is a biological reaction to a challenge faced by an organism that serves to help that organism negotiate a dangerous situation. Your brain recognizes that the mess is about to hit the fan, and so starts to release chemicals and hormones, like adrenaline, to help the body prepare to face the challenge ahead.
Acute stress is one type of stress where you're facing a specific immediate challenge. This could range from worrisome things like writing that midterm test to running from a loud noise or other situation that might be dangerous. It can also occur in good or intentional moments, like when you're watching a scary movie, as we discussed a few weeks ago.
Moments of acute stress typically don't do us any harm, and we tend to recover from them quite quickly. Sometimes these short-lived stresses can help our bodies prepare for future incidents and help us to react a little bit more effectively the next time.
Chronic stress is a type of stress where the challenge at hand is much longer lasting. Chronic stresses can arise from things like chronic illnesses, low socioeconomic status, or living through a global pandemic that sent daily patterns into chaos.
Chronic stresses have more of an ability to cause us long-term issues if we never get the chance to mitigate those stresses that are causing us grief. For example, cortisol is one of the main hormones released when we experience chronic stress. This hormone can be useful to help our bodies prepare to fight short-term stresses, but when released over really long time periods, it can start to compromise our health and well-being.
This potential longer-lasting impact of chronic stress is why so many experts will warn us that we need to do what we can to reduce some of the stresses that are grinding our gears over the long term. While there are many interventions that can help reduce chronic stress, like setting good sleep schedules, getting some exercise, and watching our diet, there's rarely a one-size-fits-all plan that can help us negotiate these difficult scenarios.
In terms of managing long-term stresses, all we can suggest is reaching out to your personal networks, consulting with a mental health professional, or even just recognizing that chronic stress might be getting to you.
We certainly hope all the stresses of life right now aren't getting you down, and if they are, we hope you find the tools you need to make sure that you can chip away at those stress levels over time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!